Welcome to the session. Today we are doing a multiple session with Lithuanian universities offering multiple programs in English language. So my next university is Vilnius Tech University, and joining us, Dovile from International Office. Dovile, thank you for joining me for the session and welcome to Studying Lithuania Day.
Hi, Deepinder. I'm really excited to welcome everyone and to participate in the Studying Lithuania Day. So should I start my presentation? Or
yes, please. So students who are joining us for the first, who missed the first session, please understand we are doing the session in two parts. In the first part, we're talking about why you should choose Vilnius Tech as your study destination. And then we will move into the programs offered by Vilnius Tech and the admission requirements, because most of the students have got all the information about Lithuania on YouTube channels and different sources. But the biggest challenge student faces is that whether I will get admission into the university or not, and which particular university in Lithuania I should apply. So stage is all yours, Dovile. Please start with the why should I choose Vilnius Tech as my higher education opportunity.
Thank you, Deepinder. So, hello everyone. My name is Dovile. I am here representing Vilnius Gediminas Technical University, in short, Vilnius Tech, which is located in Lithuania and the capital city of Lithuania, Vilnius. I think I will not go into introductions about Lithuania overall, as everyone is doing that. So, just a short overlook. We are located in the capital city. We are a part of EU, of Schengen area, of NATO. That is very important, especially seeing what is happening in our region overall, but we are safe in here. Yeah, so about Vilnius Tech and about the rankings we have got. So Vilnius Tech is a world-ranked university. We have a rank of 700 plus in the world by QS. We have special ranks in civil engineering, architecture, business economics, IT studies. Engineering overall has a rank of 346 in the world. Some facts and figures. University was established in 1956. We have around 9,000 students studying in the university. At the moment, around 13% of those students are international students. We have students from 79 countries studying in the university at the moment. Vilnius Tech is also known public university, so we do have a lot of partners, business and university partners all over the world. So around 500 business partners and around 500 partner universities in 64 countries globally. Yeah. So at Vilnius Tech, we have 10 faculties. We call them faculties. In India, they are called like streams, let's say. So we do specialize in all major engineering streams, in civil, transport, automotive engineering, mechanical engineering, IT, ICT, electronics engineering. We also have a strong business school with business economics and finance studies, and as well School of Architecture and School of Creative Industries. Yeah. Vilnius Tech is a research university, so half of university activities are research related. So we do have 13 research institutes, 3 scientific research centers, and 30 approved research laboratories located all over the university in different faculties. Yeah. So why should you consider and think about Vilnius Tech for your higher education studies abroad? So yeah, we are based in a capital city. Vilnius is a very green, vibrant city. It has the rank of greenest city in the Eastern Europe. Also, we have very high quality education and high quality degrees that are recognized all over the world. We offer studies in all 3 tiers, so in bachelor's, master's, and PhD studies, as well as we have a lot of graduate projects, internships, career programs, club societies where students can realize their ideas. We are a huge makers. We have a big makers culture where we encourage our students to create and to change the world, actually. Yeah. We offer scholarship programs for the best students. You can get a partial scholarship or a full scholarship to cover your tuition fee, as well as students can work part-time during their studies in bachelor's degree and can work full-time during their studies in master degrees. In Lithuania, we do have quite relatively lower living costs if you compare to Western European countries, and overall it's a very friendly, liberal and safe study and living environment overall. Yeah. So let's get now into the study programs which we offer for studies. So we do offer 20 bachelor's degree study programs that are fully taught in English language. So we have studies in environmental protection engineering, civil engineering, mechanics, mechatronics, and now we are starting a new program of applied artificial intelligence. This is also automation study program. So it's more more intended for industrial automation and industrial artificial intelligence. Then IT programs, like computer science study programs with IT, ICT, information systems engineering and computer engineering. As well, we will start a multimedia design study program that is more into gaming design. School of Business is offering studies in business economics and finance. And School of Architecture offers integrated study programs of 5 years in architecture and 3 years bachelor in landscape architecture. All study programs are 4 years long. All studies do include the professional internships that students have to complete during their 4th year of study, and the graduation is finalized with the defense and preparation and defense of a bachelor's degree thesis. Usually in engineering, it also does include making a prototype or making a group project and preparing a prototype for your final thesis overall. Yeah. If we go to the master's degree programs, we offer.
Dole, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can we come back to the bachelor degree page first? I have a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
Students, if you have questions, please write them on the Q&A section. We'll be answering every single question related to university and the program, and then also for the country if you have. But please write all your questions in QA section only. So Dovle, when we talk about bachelor degree programs, I'm getting a lot of questions, and I'm thinking of all the questions students send it to me. So it's best time to ask you. So I'm a class 12 student. If I go to Germany, I need to have a 13 years of education in Germany, and then only I get into an engineering university. In Lithuania, do I need a class 12 from India or a 3-year polytechnic diploma after class 10? Will both the education allow me to study bachelor degree with you?
Yes. So at Sweden, we require 12 years of education, as in Lithuania as well. We have 12 years of education in high school for admission. But we do require students to complete science section that we require mathematics and physics results for the admission to our study programs. And students who have completed their diploma after 10, they can apply for the programs that are relative to their diploma. So for example, if you have diploma in mechanical engineering, you can apply for mechanical engineering, mechatronics engineering, or applied artificial intelligence, but you cannot go for civil engineering study programs.
Absolutely. Great. So students who have got a diploma from engineering institute, from polytechnic institutes, Please note that applying into German university sometimes is a complex situation, because your 3 years diploma is not recognized in Germany to enter into bachelor degree program. Whereas when we talk about Baltic countries, definitely your diploma of 3 years is recognized and you can enter into the first year of bachelor degree program in Lithuania, as Mr. Village just mentioned. So when we're talking about, if I just put your program in grouping in bachelor level, we are talking about engineering programs, we're talking about business programs. There are two groups we are putting up together. So all the engineering programs, we all know that PCM, physics, chemistry, mathematics is mandatory. But what is the percentage I should have minimum to apply for Vilnius Tech? Any cutoff you have?
Yes, we require a minimum percentage of 60%, 60.
Okay.
For the admission, and same requirement is for the separate subjects as well. So maths and physics and English has to be minimum 60%.
Great. So overall and both. Then we are talking about students. Do they have to give any kind of project in the class 12 to enter into the bachelor degree program? Any specific program require portfolio or project?
Yeah, so for the program of architecture, the students have to pass an entrance test that is held online, and also they are required to provide a portfolio of their drawing and composition works.
You have quite good rankings on QS. I've been seeing this a lot. When in terms of as a bachelor student, as an engineering student, I would like to do a semester abroad within my engineering program. How many partners do you have for bachelor students, for engineering students across the world? If I say just a normal number.
Yeah, most of our partners are engineering universities. Overall, as we have 500 partners, I would say that 450 of them, that would be going for bachelor's studies abroad in engineering. Yeah. Of course, many universities, we have also universities that only specialize in business, that are partnering with our business school, but most of the universities are also like comprehensive universities that offer as well as business, engineering, or medical streams and so on. Yeah.
Great. So when it comes to PCM, 60% marks, I can apply for Vilnius Tech, of course, and also diploma holders. If you have 60% marks, you can apply for Vilnius Tech. If you have 50% marks, please do not make an application to Vilnius Tech. As we just mentioned in the last session also, the Lithuanian universities have put up a common admission requirement of minimum 60% marks in your previous qualification. It is not only for Vilnius Tech only, it is for the other universities also. In the last session with VMU University, the same thing has been coming. So if you have 55, 54, please do not make the application. We can offer you some other countries, some other places, but not Vilnius Tech. Coming to business management students, as a class 12 student, if I do not have mathematics, can I still apply for business management or economics engineering, these programs?
No, unfortunately, it is not possible.
Okay.
A lot of math is included in those study programs, and students really must have good and strong fundamentals in mathematics for entering those programs.
Great. So soon you have understood that if you're a commerce student, you have a business background in class 12 commerce subjects with math and without math both, you cannot apply for business management program. You need to have mathematics as mandatory subject for your education. So all the bachelor program required mathematics, I believe, except the creative industry program.
Yes, creative industry.
Talking about? Yeah, a lot of students ask me, what is the meaning of the program? See, all of the program are very well defined by the name. When we talk about creative industry program, a lot of parents ask me, what is the program? So could you just explain that, please?
So Deepinder, it is a communications degree.
Okay.
So students, this is a Bachelor of Communication. That is the field of studies that this degree is in. So students will learn communication. Students will learn social media, audio, video production, and so on. So anything concerning to the new waves of communication, let's say, what is happening. So it is not a journalism degree, it is more concerned with the social media, new media, production and post-production, as well as students learn Photoshop, how to work with pictures, with the video, with making videos, and so on. So it is a communications degree. Creative industries is a name that, let's say, that says that in this degree students have to be quite creative because it is about later on working in marketing agencies, working working with advertising, working with social media managers, and so on. So that is this degree. What is this degree all about?
When I came to visit your university, you took me to a building which was, you would assign it as a creative industry building, right? And I saw a lot of different laboratories which you have in the building, and you name the building as that it is dedicated for creative industry students. As a creative
not only, no, this is our innovation and creativity
Okay.
factory, let's say, that is dedicated to all students for sure. Anyone who has any ideas they want to create, realize, to make prototypes, as well, they do have studios for video and audio production and post-production and so on. So that's why maybe it's more used by creative industry students, but all students, engineering students as well. We have metal workshops, electronic workshops in there. So all of them, they can participate in this creativity center, let's say, use all the equipment university has, create prototypes, even create startups. The center helps with industry-based help for the students to realize their ideas and to make them commercial as well. Yeah.
Very true. So basically, my next question was startup only, because I saw a gentleman, actually, he was making his own business cards on the piece of wood, that was his company concept. So we were discussing about the startup culture. So as a student, if I decide to do this program or any other program, will I also be able to use your facility for my startup?
Yes. Yes, also, as I said, if a student has an idea he wants to realize, he can inquire within the center. He can also get the proper guidance, having mentors from different areas, mentor from the business area, then a mentor from engineering side, let's say a mentor from creative side, and so on. And then the university can help for the student to establish a startup and commercialize their ideas to the market to be sold.
Yeah. I intentionally asked the question because I tell you why. Because students understand, all the engineering students who are listening to this conversation will correlate that in our country, IIT, one of the most prestigious engineering institute in India, is producing the best startups, basically, right? So when it comes to Vilnius Tech, I always compare the Vilnius Tech I say it's IIT of Lithuania, right? And I believe you also have some kind of tie-up with Indian IITs also in some cities. Could you please share that as well?
Yeah, we had cooperation with IIT Delhi in some fields, mostly in engineering fields. We had exchange with the professors. But I believe that now, when it was pandemic's time, all exchanges between India and Lithuania have been stopped. So nothing is happening at the moment. But of course, as we know, that Indian universities as well are turning to internationalization right now quite eagerly. So we will be establishing more ties with the best universities in India as well in the future.
Great. So I believe after doing a 4-year bachelor degree, and I believe all your degrees are 4 years, none of them is 3 years.
Only landscape architecture bachelor is a 3 years degree.
Okay. And I think in India also, because the guideline of the University Association in India is that you have to have a 4-year bachelor degree of engineering if you come back to India. That's what is required. And some universities offer 3-year bachelor in engineering, which doesn't qualify you as a qualified engineer in India also later on as well. So now I think we can move to the master degree programs and we can discuss those programs.
Oh, just
Quite a lot of programs I can see, 22 study programs.
Yeah. So if you move to master's level, 22 study programs, they are more specialized, let's say. So we have programs in electrical and energetic systems engineering, environmental protection technologies and management, mechatronic systems, cybersecurity, information technology security. We also have joint degree study programs of innovative road and bridge engineering and innovative solutions in geomatics. These study programs are realized together with Riga Technical University in Latvia, 1.5-year long study programs. We also have specialized and very unique study programs as fintech, financial technologies, as Lithuania has a very strong startup and financial technologies market. So that's why we are preparing specialists for this new stream, let's say, of technologies that are happening. It also includes all blockchain technologies and like bitcoins and other financial innovations in the market. As well as you can choose, common study programs as aeronautical engineering, automotive engineering, mechanical engineering, computer engineering. These are all 2-year study programs, research degrees actually, where the students will have to prepare their master thesis during their whole period of studies. So during all 2 years, students need to work on their thesis, and usually some kind of prototype or research articles are published. At least 2 research articles are published during the preparation of the final thesis as well. So we do not have internships included in the study programs, as these are research degrees. So the students have studies and they have last semester for the final thesis preparation. In business economics and business leadership and finance study programs, they are 1.5 years long, and studies are done in the study cycles, meaning that students study only one subject at a time. Once they complete it, then they start with another subject, and it goes like this. And all the lectures, all master's lectures are happening in the evenings, so students can work full time and they can attend the lectures in the evenings. Yeah. So for admission, we do require a 4 years of bachelor's degree that is completed in India, or not only in India, but we do require degrees of Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Technology. We do not accept BBA, BCA, BCom degrees for admission to master degree studies. And the minimum percentage requirement is 60% GPA, and the degree has to be from a relevant field. So if you are coming from mechanical, then you need to choose study programs that are from mechanical, mechatronics, or industrial engineering study field. If you come from computer science, then either cybersecurity or computer engineering study program, and it goes like this. Deepinder, do you have?
Yeah. So basically, we are talking. So all the students who are looking at engineering programs, they have a wide range of programs to choose from, right? I mean, you have nearly everything from IT to mechanical. Students who have an engineering background, now my question will be very, very practical, because a lot of engineering students come to us and say, I have an engineer by qualification, but I want to study business. That's one field, one question, which is very confusing in European Union, because some universities say, I don't mind giving admission to a student from any background. In your particular case, if I'm an engineer, I want to study business, which program can I study with you?
Yeah, so you can study then business leadership study program that is intended specifically for engineering students who want to get a business degree, and as well as we have one more program. It's not a business degree, but industrial engineering and innovation management study program that is very suitable for engineers who are wishing to work in production facilities as managers and as higher as heads of production or something like that. So that would be two study programs that would be suitable for engineers and getting more management top up after engineering background.
Great. So when we talk about students going for Erasmus exchange program, so all the programs mentioned in the masters and bachelors, they all have the equal opportunity, or only some program they can go for Erasmus exchange?
In all study programs, students have an opportunity to go for Erasmus exchange, but sometimes the time is limiting students for going to exchange, as you know, if the study program is 3 semesters long, so 1.5 year long, first semester you cannot go because you are just coming to the university. Then if you manage to apply for the second semester, then that is okay, you can go. Or if you miss the first year, then you have only third semester to go for exchange studies. But also do not worry, if you do not manage to go for exchange during your studies, we also have an opportunity for going for Erasmus plus internship after graduation. So students who graduate successfully their bachelor's or master's degree, they can apply for an internship all over Europe, and they can get Erasmus funds, like funding for funding the living expenses while they do the internship after graduation. So basically every student has an opportunity to use the special funds that are given for getting international experience for the students, but it's a matter of timing and a matter of how you will manage to and what is best for you. Do you need more work experience, or do you want to experience more different educational systems? So you can benefit either from studies or either from internships abroad under the Erasmus Plus study program.
So we have understood that admission requirement is basically 60% marks. If you do not have an IELTS examination, then you should have a medium section of English from the institute. Students coming next is going to be your experience. How much experience matters for the master degree students?
So if we get now to admission requirements, as already we discussed quite a lot of them. So these are the set admission requirements for studies at Vilnius Tech. So for the bachelor's degree studies, as we already talked, 60% GPA, a confirmation about English language if your studies were in English before, and we do not accept gap of more than 3 years for the bachelor's degree studies. And we do not accept any work experience certificates for bachelor's. That is it, the gap should not exceed 3 years. For the master's degree studies, so the requirements are quite similar, 60% GPA. Additionally, we require 2 academic references from your professors or teachers, but academic references are required. Your work references are not acceptable. And also, the gap since last completed education should not exceed 3 years, or students can provide the credible work experience in the relevant field. So meaning that if a student is applying for structural engineering study program, his work experience should be in civil engineering or building company, but should not be in waiting or working in food sector and so on. So we do feel that we need to select only qualified candidates only, and when the gap gets wider or bigger, the students who are not working in the same field do not have right potential to graduate from the study programs that we have, as they are research study programs. Yeah. Deepinder, you are muted.
Sorry. When we talk about the bachelor's and master's students, there are a lot of questions come about PhDs. Students have an opportunity to do a PhD with you directly from India, or what do you recommend they should come for master's first?
Yeah, so we do offer studies in 11 PhD research fields. So we do accept students as well directly applying from abroad to PhD, but PhD admissions are truly based on the professors. So professor has to choose you as a student that is supervisable by him. So for sure, it is quite hard to enter the PhD directly from abroad, if you do not have any links established with the professors and with the university previously. So our suggestion is always to complete the master's degree in the university, establish the links with the professors. When you will be doing your master research thesis, publish the right articles that are needed for your PhD admission, and then apply for PhD with the professor that you are doing, for example, your master thesis with. So that would be a much quicker and much more sufficient way to enter the PhD than going from abroad and trying to get in reach with the professors. But the professors not always are trusting the students. They have not taught before, they do not know their working policies or something like that, character and so on. So all professors want to check the students before they want to work with them a little bit before choosing them for supervising in PhD studies. Yeah.
So when I say this to students that in most of the European universities, the culture is same, that the university international offices, or I would say the professors, always want students to come. I'm not saying that people cannot get PhD from India. I'm just saying that the amount of application is very high, acceptance rate is very low for those students who apply directly from India. Whereas if you go and do your master's degree first from Europe, and then you apply not only in your home university but also to other multiple universities, it's very easy to connect. So the statement is quite correct, right?
Actually, we admitted 4 Indian students to PhD last year, but all of them completed masters in here.
Okay, so see, this is exactly what I mean there. Right. Great. So when we do our PhD, definitely yes. Let's come to this. The next thing is I was coming on scholarships. So you already opened the scholarships. Please tell us the most important thing which everybody wants to listen about scholarships.
Yeah. So we also offer scholarships, partial and full scholarships from the tuition fee. So students can apply until 20th of April, and it is really important that after 20th of April, none of the scholarship applications will be processed because we will be processing all applications at once with offshore evaluators, let's say, to be this process very fair. So all applications will be processed only after 20th of April, and you will get a scholarship or you will not get a scholarship, and that is it. So for the partial scholarships, we require at least 70% CGPA and 70% in specific study subjects as English, mathematics, and physics. Motivation letter and motivation for studies, and why should we award you a scholarship. 2 academic references are required, and any achievements or extracurricular activities that you have done during your high school, during your studies, that are related to the specific study program that is chosen at Vilnius Tech, that also can increase your opportunities of getting the scholarship. And as well as students will have to record an interview, to participate in an interview, which will be evaluated separately by the committee, by the scholarship selection committee. For the school's full scholarship, same requirements except for the minimum GPA, that is 80%. and 80% in specific subjects if you are applying for bachelor's degree studies. Acceptance by the faculty is recording an interview, so it is also required from all the scholarship applicants. Yeah. Last year we awarded around 30% scholarships, so around 30% of admitted students have got either a partial or a full scholarship. So I really encourage students that are meeting the requirements to submit their applications for the scholarship and to complete them before the 20th of April. If you have not completed your degree and you have not completed your high school at the moment and you do not have any final documentation, please provide your expected results or results like that are from the schools. For the bachelor's degree students, please provide your academic transcript up to 7th semester of studies or 6 semesters that is available at the moment. Yeah.
Great. So I will recommend students to apply for scholarships. Now, students can apply for scholarship on both bachelor and master's, both level, right?
Yes.
Right. When we talk about students who are looking at studying in September intake, all the programs are available. How about those students who are looking at January intake? Do you also offer 2 intakes or just 1 intake?
We offer only 1 intake, that is September intake. In winter, we offer the preparatory program, but we have stopped it last year due to pandemics. But I think we will resume the preparatory program if the pandemics get down and we recover, and we will have a proper working environment, let's say, for the new incoming students. Yeah, so, but we do encourage students to come for the full-time studies starting in September, and this is our main intake, and all the programs are starting in September only.
If I have a 56% marks and I am very keen to study with you, and I understand that in the September intake I have no chances because I have to have 60% marks. As a student, can I come for your preparatory program next year in case you start the next year and do a semester with you, and then I can study my bachelor's or master's? Will that be possible?
Yes, that would be possible. If you have a lower GPA, if you have also, if you feel that you need some more preparation for your studies, then preparatory program is for you. After successful completion of the program, you will move to the full-time study program of your choosing, starting in September.
Great. So I think we can just jump to the other slide. The next slide you have the tuition fee. Okay.
Yeah. So for the students who are not getting a scholarship or does not have a very high GPA, they can study on a tuition fee basis. The tuition fee is set by the government. We are a public university, and at the moment the tuition fees are absolutely the same as for the local students. So for the bachelor's degree studies, the tuition fee ranges from 3,000 to 4,000 euros in engineering and business study programs, and architecture integrated study program costs 5,000 euros per year around. Master's degree study programs are from 4,000 to 5,000 euros per year in all the fields. For the living costs, you would need around 500 euros per month, including the living expenses if you will be living in the dorm. If you will be renting an apartment in the city center, and then probably you will need a bit more because rent is quite expensive. Vilnius is a capital city. Dormitory costs 110, 150 euros per month, and it's a very popular place of living for the students. It is quite cheap, and it includes all facilities, water, electricity, heating, internet, and even cleaning and bedsheet change. So we are quite, our dorms are very popular, and we do not have always places available for all the students, but we do provide accommodation to all of our first year students on campus. Yeah.
Great. I think 110 euros is something like we're talking about 11,000 rupees. And to get a decent accommodation, and I've seen your accommodation, it's twin sharing, fully furnished, on campus, across the road. 12,000, you can't get something decent in Delhi, Mumbai also. You know, and that has been my voice about the accommodation when I talk to parents. So students here, when I'm talking about, I'm sure some of the parents are also listening this session. We have 61 people joined us with us now. There are a lot of parents who are looking at a top rank institute in India. So when we talk about going overseas, it's not always about going overseas, it's about quality education also. A lot of parents understand that the quality of education is not quite good in India and certain institute. I don't say that we have all the bad institutes in India. Of course, we have good IIT rank institutes. If your child cannot get into a top rank institute like IITs, or DC College of Engineering, and you have good marks. I've got so many students coming with 80%, 85% marks, 90% marks, but they're not able to get admission into Delhi University or any other good institute in India. Please come and talk to us. Vilnius Tech is a university, one of the top ranked university in European Union, in the globally actually, and offering education at a very affordable price. It's now 10th year we had been working together with Vilnius Tech, and trust me, the feedback I get from students is nearly 99% of the families. Dobly, I just want to share that, I just made one video on my YouTube channel. The other day, one parents came to my office, and they have mentioned me that 6 months back, the child went to your university, and they came all the way 50 kilometers just to say thank you, that we are so happy that our child is so happy and so satisfied. They came to me for Poland, and I have equal regard for Warsaw Tech University. But there are certain things they were looking at, and we can find them in Vilnius Tech University. I have my own family members, my friends and my family members studying in Vilnius Tech, so I can give you a very proudly, I can say that once you choose Vilnius Tech University, you will not be choosing a low-cost education. You're not choosing just a university. You're choosing a very world-known university for the faculty and the kind of laboratories that they have. I was in the mechanical laboratory, and the professor told me the mechanical lab itself is for 4 million euros. Just the mechanical lab. So if you go on the other labs as well, so the feedback from students is motivating and fuel for me to always recommend students for Vilnius Tech University, and it's one of the very, very known university in the entire region as well. Coming to the student hostels, we are talking about this as a monthly fee of 110 euros. I, as a student, have to give the money in advance for my accommodation, or do I have to pay on campus?
You will have to pay on campus. You do not have to pay in advance. Just after arrival, the student have to pay a 300 euro deposit that will be refunded if they do not cause any damage once they leave the dorm. And then the first rent slip, let's say an invoice, will come after the 1 month of living, or after the month will change. So if you would come in the end of August, let's say, because your studies will start in September, so the first invoice for the dormitory you will get in the beginning of September for those few days that you lived in August. And this will go consecutively like this month by month. Yeah.
Great. So at any time, if I find a better accommodation, I can quit the contract by giving an advance notice of a couple of months, I believe.
No, a month in advance, or 2-3 weeks actually is enough for us. Just depending, you will have to pay the full month's rent for the month that you are living in there.
Great. I think we will be short with the time. We can pick up all the other slides later on if we have time. Can we just quickly jump on to the question and answer session so we don't lose any questions? Okay. Sure. So I have Kaya asking, I got 50% scholarship last year for bachelor, but I decided to take gap year. Is there any chance if I apply for scholarship and get 100% this year with additional documents? So please answer this.
Yes, it is possible if you have improved yourself, if you have achieved something more, if you improved in your motivation and so on. So for sure you can apply and you will be evaluated separately again.
So Kaya, I have given you my email address on your, I've put it on your QA session. You can email me your details and I'll be happy to help you post this session also. Priyanshu is saying internship in Bachelor in Artificial Intelligence in which year?
Fourth year. All internships are included in the fourth year, those professional internships. Students will have like introductory internship after first year, then they will have this also the internships where they visit companies, where they have to provide a report on the company's activities and so on. But the professional internships are happening during the fourth year of studies, during the 7th semester usually. And the students have to spend in a company at least 3 months in a professional environment that is related to their study program.
Great. I have next question from student. Is Bachelor of Computer Engineering course available?
Yes. We have 4 study programs now 5th study program. We will be starting in computer science overall, so computer engineering, software and hardware. Actually, this is building up a computer and embedded computers and so on. This is an engineering degree. And then we have information systems engineering and information technologies. These degrees are programming degrees, let's say software engineering degrees. And then we have information and communication technologies, so ICT, so this is IT and electronics. And we will start the multimedia design study program, that is a gaming design study program, that it has IT and multimedia.
Do you have master program in international project management?
No, we do not have such program.
You can get this program in other universities. You're most welcome to give me a contact us, and I'll be happy to help you with other universities which offer this program. Then we have, what is the maximum package we get in computer science and artificial intelligence? I believe he's trying to understand the starting package and the salary package as a student at the bachelor.
So guys, please do not mix up. Applied artificial intelligence is not an artificial intelligence in computer science. Applied artificial intelligence, as I said, it is a mechanical background study program of the automation. So it is industrial automation and artificial intelligence used in industrial automation in there. In IT study programs, depending which field, of course, you are graduating from, but the starting salary would be around 2,000-3,000 euros in the junior positions. Let's say, of course, in higher positions, programming positions and so on, the salaries are unlimited. They're depending on the company size, on what you are dealing with, how specialized are you, and so on.
Today morning, the State Bank of India chairman or some very high authority person just given an article that Indian IT sector is having a crisis to hold the IT manpower. So in India itself, the IT companies having such a high shortage of qualified IT programmers. To be honest, I have seen so many people starting salary, they're not starting salary, I would say, but the salary range from 3,000 to 4,000 euros in IT sector in India itself, in Gurgaon and Bangalore itself for programmers. But then when I talk to students, they don't understand that you need to be a genuine, IT programmer. Yeah. There's another article saying that 93% of the Indian IT programmers couldn't even compile the code. This article has been repeating itself for last 3 years, and I've been following it very strongly. And I'll be very, very open about it that the reason is the education structure, the quality of education which we are giving in the IT sector or the engineering sector in our universities and colleges is out of date. Our IT engineers are not really able to get a good starting packages, because the reason is that skill is the issue. So this is another reason why I recommend students to go overseas. I'm not saying only for Vilnius Tech. I'm not saying only for Lithuania. I'm saying in general way, if you can afford the education in India, you can afford the education in European Union. Why not you go outside your home country, outside your comfort zone, pick up a good quality education, finish your bachelor's and master's degree. I have multiple stories, not only for Vilnius Tech, a lot from Vilnius Tech actually, where students are having a great experience, great jobs after finishing their bachelor degree. So we can have the session more later, but then let's go to the next section. What about the master degree program in electrical engineering field and having work experience with it? I think, yes, we have electrical engineering, right?
Yeah, we have electrical energetic systems engineering study program that goes for renewable energy sources or modern electrical technologies. Yeah.
Great. Then we talk about I am a diploma student, so can I get admission in VGTU? Vishwa, it's not VGTU anymore. It's a Vilnius Tech. To be honest, I've got it hard way. I've learned it hard way. And of course, if you have diploma in polytechnics after class 10th also, you can apply for Vilnius Tech, provided you have 60% marks. Right now, I'm completing my bachelor's third year in March, and I want to study master's in Vilnius Tech. So when was the perfect time to apply? I suggest that when should he apply? He should apply when he's in his 8th semester. Yeah.
If you wish to apply for a scholarship, you need to apply before 20th of April.
Yeah. So
overall, the deadline is on 15th of July.
So students, if you want scholarship, again, 70% student with 70% of marks in their previous education will be eligible for 50% scholarship. Above 80% marks, eligible for 100% scholarship. And every year, the number of scholarship positions are getting bigger and bigger. So now apply as quickly as possible. Do not wait for the last day. Please apply now and get your application sorted. We have Muhammad asking, with 60% marks or more than that, then student need to face interview for the admission. So if you have 60% marks or not 60% marks, I believe every student has to have a self-study interview on the application portal. It is just to see your motivation and your communication skills. So please make sure that you have a good English skills, and this is one of the most important thing. And not only in the university, in the embassy also, they will test you, they will interview you. So if you have 60%, if you have good education, good English skills, I believe you should apply for the Vilnius Tech or any university in Lithuania. We have another one coming. Will you move to master's program? Of course, we have done the master's program now. Gurpreet Kaur is asking, I have passed my graduation in 2011. I have 10 years of work experience. Is that gap acceptable? So graduation in 11, which means 22. She's 32, I believe.
No, but what does it mean, graduation? Is it bachelor's degree?
Yeah, the bachelor degree in 2011, and she has worked for 10 years, and they want to study with you. I believe her age is 32 years. Will she be eligible?
The point is that we do not have an age requirement for eligibility, but after 30, getting visa for your studies gets really hard, actually, and we see a lot of visa denials usually due to the large gap. That's why we have also increased that if a student has a really relevant work experience in the field, we may consider the application, but you're passing your interview with the embassy goes on you, actually, because it's not that easy. If you have a lot of work experience, and maybe you should go for a work and not go for a research degree in masters overall. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about visa application. That's what the reasoning behind, of denying a visa for the students that are working very long in the markets.
I think it's again case-to-case basis. If you have graduation done and you have experience in relative field and you're quite good in English, I think it shouldn't be a problem as long as you can justify your experience. We have on website, there is a course of project management. I don't see it in the list. Do you have MSc in project management?
It is in Lithuanian language. So as I said, in English, we do not have a study program.
So you have to click the link which says International Program for International Students. From there, you can get the programs. How good it's for MSc in Mechanical Engineering in VGTU? Why should I join Mechanical Engineering in Masters in ME? Scope our career opportunities. So do you have... how good is your mechanical ranked? Any idea?
It is under engineering, so it is 346 in the world by QS.
Okay. And do you think you are also engineer by qualification? You as a individual see that there's a scope of mechanical engineers in European Union or in Lithuania?
Yeah, of course, as a lot of industries are working. But let's say mechanical engineers, again, old mechanical engineers are not the same as new mechanical engineers.
Sure.
And what is needed now in the industry is not metals only, it's a lot of actually automation. It's mechanical engineering is evolving actually quite a lot, in using latest technologies, in using software during the mechanical works and so on. So it depends what kind of qualification you have. Are you a mechanical engineer from old times? Are you a new mechanical engineer? So for sure, we have an industry in here. In Europe, it's much bigger industry. Lithuania is a small country. All industries are quite small, but also there are not that many people that are applying for one positions and so on. So I would say that for sure it is a possibility to get quite a good career. But again, everything depends on your skills.
Is national open schooling or distance education accepted for bachelor's and masters?
Actually, no. Yeah, so I never met any bachelor's degrees that were open schooled.
Because we didn't send you.
Yeah, so I've never even met ever. So, but
yeah,
they would not be acceptable as the quality requirements for those qualifications are quite lower, and the achieved results do not represent the true knowledge of the students actually.
Students, if you have open schooling, you can of course apply for Latvia, but not Lithuania, because Lithuania you do not get admission if you have open schooling. You have to have a regular schooling, correct? You do not have open schooling system. You don't give admissions to those students, right? Yeah. Okay. I've done my bachelor's in mechanical engineering with 70% marks in 2011, around 11 years experience. Even now I'm working. Do I get admission with my current age? I'm 32 years old. See, again, we have already mentioned this answer before, that if you have good education and if you have experience in your field, you can apply, and we will evaluate the mature students on individual basis. There is no set rule, but yes, by 70% marks you qualify. About the experience we have to see. So please, says you have our contact number. Please call us back again after the session, and we can help you with the admission requirement for a specific program. Baljeet is asking 70% marks in class 12, non-medical. Can I get scholarship? Yes, Baljeet, 50% marks. You can 50% scholarship. You can apply, but apply before 1st of April. Nikhil is asking, I have done MCA and would like to pursue business leadership program or business management. Would it be considered in Vilnius? So an MCA student, master in computer application, which means that he also have 3 years of bachelor's and 2 years of master's. Now he wants to study business leadership. Can he come on the program?
I don't think so. It's considered a bad profile overall, where you have a master's already and coming for another master's in business and so on. So overall, we wouldn't consider this kind of application. We would consider, but again, getting visa would be problematic. For sure in here, especially going for business masters, you can choose it absolutely anywhere, so our embassy for sure would see your application as alert.
No problem. Nikhil, please talk to my team and ask them to set up a meeting with me. I can help you with getting a PhD in Latvia, because we have a university in Latvia which is offering a PhD in business management and business programs.
He asked for PhD.
No. He asked for the master's only. I'm just giving you an answer that, in case you are a bachelor student, you have done a master's already, and you still want to go into the business field and you're quite adamant, I can offer you master's in business also in Lithuania, in Latvia also a PhD, but it has to be separately discussed. What is the meaning of 2 academic references, please?
It is references from 2 people that have been your teachers or your professors. That is why it's called academic reference. You can send out the reference request from our system. Actually, we just need an email of your professor or your teacher. You enter it to the system, and the request and the questions will go directly for the professor to fill in.
Students, as soon as you apply for Vilnius Tech University, there is a dedicated admission and visa officer has been assigned to you from our office, which means that the person will help you with every single piece of document to complete your admission and every single piece of visa document also. And we do this from the very beginning. So please note that the admission and visa documentation requirement has to be fulfilled from the beginning, because there's certain amount of documents you require in a certain way, which you cannot get in the last stage. And we can discuss this in the next session, basically. Mr. Naik is saying, is there any master program related to electronics and telecommunication?
Yeah, we do have electronics engineering master's degree, so that is dedicated to electronics and telecommunication as well. It is included in there. Yeah.
Great. We have now next coming up as I have 59% marks, PCM, 6 years experience. Again, you know, if you have 59% marks, you are less than 1%. Yeah. So he has to come.
No, if you have 59%, apply. Write a good motivation. Add extracurricular activities you have been doing, and so on. So 1% is still a thing that we can overlook. You know, if you are a qualified student, if you are eager to come for studies, if you have a good motivation, then you really can be considered and accepted.
And you can hear her saying motivation letter. So make sure the motivation letter is like a genuine motivation letter, which can impress the university as well, that you are a right candidate, but just lacking for 1% of marks. And that's a pretty we're talking about Kaya again asking, what are the subjects for bioengineering science? Since the university is more based on engineering physics, biology seems to be left behind. Is it true? Okay.
So bioengineering degree is actually more biochemistry, let's say, not that much into, there is biology, of course, but a lot of chemistry in there. So for the subjects, we are asking for maths, physics and biology, or chemistry, one or another, for admission with 60% marks in there. So it is a Bachelor of Technology in Bioengineering. Yes, I know we are specialized in engineering studies mostly, but this department is specializing in biotechnologies, and we have for sure very qualified professors. We have a big biotechnology market here in Lithuania, actually, and English taught working market, actually, English working market, because it's international international companies, and actually all students are working after graduation. So it is a good program to consider for your studies, and of course you will not be lacking quality in there, for sure.
Great. Parth Sahu is asking for the Parth. I have read your question about your 2023 pass out. Yes, you can apply, Parth, not a problem. Mr. Patel is saying, I want to do master degree in cybersecurity now. Which bachelor degree is perfect for me, IT or cybersecurity? So if you want to study master degree in cybersecurity, of course, you can pick up any IT degree, and you can do a master in cybersecurity later on. And that's how we always recommend to students as well.
Because security is an additional thing. You first need to be an IT specialist, then you need to learn the security. So you need to understand IT, you need to understand all the systems, you need to understand software programming languages, communication connection, how the data is transferred from one to another, how it goes. So, and only then you can learn the security parts of that. So it's totally normal that there is no bachelor's in cybersecurity, that it is a master's top up. So it is intended like this for the IT specialist to have a cybersecurity knowledge.
Yeah, Mohammed is asking about English proficiency. I didn't understand B2. Is it equivalent to IELTS 6.0? Yes, Mohammed, it's IELTS 6.0. And
5.5 is also acceptable.
Yeah. So if you for us the English is if you speak good English and your English is a good standard, I think it should be okay. IELTS is not mandatory, but students should have good motivation. How should I submit my bachelor degree to you for masters? So basically, part you just have after this communication is over, you can contact us by email. I'm sending you my email address right away, so you can actually send me your email, your details, and I'll be happy to ask my team to start your application process for September intake. Just a second, and here we go. Path. I'm giving you my email address. Here we go, and then we come to next question is from Muhammad is done. Yeah. When should 2022 graduate apply, since only 7th semester would be completed by April? Are there chances to get scholarship and admission as condition letter? Yes, Ms. Dovale already mentioned in the session that yes, if you are passing this year, apply with the grades which you already have, right? Of course, there will be evaluation, there will be a selection process, but yes, if you do not have final mark sheets of the last semester, you can still apply, but make sure apply before 1st of April.
20th of April.
Yep, sorry. Expected CGPA is 8.6 in Bachelor in ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering. Great, 8.6 is a good CGPA, and I will recommend you to apply for scholarship at the earliest possible. Yeah. Gautam, is it problem your math mark is lower than 60%, but CGPA is 60% above? Gautam, it matters how low.
How low? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, if it's 33, definitely a problem. Don't apply. But if
it's less than 55, do not apply. Yeah.
Oh, you got them. Apply for the prep program. You know, I'll send you my email address again, so you can come back to me, and I'll be happy to help you with the prep program starting in the January. Okay, we have next coming is does the university assess student to get interviews and placements after graduation? Do we need to pay for the placement department for it? Please do give an idea how academic evaluation is done in course and fees, payment and tuition fee. Okay, there are too many questions again. So first thing, does the university assess student to get interviews and placement? So if I pass my education from you, are you going to help me, Dovale, getting a job in Lithuania? That's my question.
We do have career fairs, career counseling, but of course, university does not get the students interview. This is how the normal job market, European job market is. Students or student people overall are applying on their own based on their skills, based on their character, based on their personal achievements. And you just graduating from university does not mean that you will be the best engineer that company requires. So for sure, all students need to apply on their own for the jobs and for interviews, but the university is there to help them, to guide them, to help them in the process and to prepare for the interviews and to prepare for the job market, actually. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So basically in the Western world, you never see the adverts coming in the newspaper like we have in India, saying that 30 placed in Google, 27 placed in TCS. You know, students, you need to understand the overseas education, overseas universities have they can
job market in here. Actually, you need to understand.
But you know what? We live in that society. We live in a society where we look for the guarantees, we look for the placements. You know, but we do not ask for what kind of skills you're going to give it to my child. What kind of the exchange program your college is offering to my child, right? Which faculty is he going to follow, you know? Because again, we are a huge country. We have, so to give education to everyone, it was very difficult to get, universities in every place. So we have university and then we have college system. Because our education system come from our own, size as well. So it's not wrong saying that our education system is bad, but they're somehow now, with the cutting edge, technology and cutting edge, such a high competition, we need such kind of universities where we can have a quality education at affordable price and also offering the same good skills. So I think this is another reason why I always tell people to go to Eastern Europe, or the Baltic countries, and not only Lithuania only. And there's a reason behind it. because all the students who pass their education from European Union, they are performing very good in their early age, after 22, 23. So yeah. Then next question comes is, how much PhD fees?
Yeah, so PhD fees are around 10,000 euros per year. PhD studies are for 4 years. But qualified students can get a government funding, which covers full tuition fees, and students get around 900 euros of scholarship every month.
Sanjay, you got the answer now. I just have last 2 minutes left, basically, before the session is ended. Dovile, thank you so much for this time, and you have given a lot of information. And like every year, you have added some different things, which there was not available. I have something which a lot of questions are coming, and I didn't pay the questions. I was waiting for the last time. We have informed students that if you finish your 5 years of education in Lithuania, you are eligible to apply for permanent residency. And this is the only country in European Union which with my knowledge as of today. What is this about? What is this new scheme? Can you just tell some few words before we close?
Yeah, so it's your study years are counted. The change is biggest that before study years are counted as half towards the permanent residency. You needed the same amount of years, 5 years, but during your studies you cannot collect those years. And now the study years are considered as full years towards your permanent residency. So if you have been stayed in Lithuania for 5 years and having a temporary residence permit without getting any gaps in it, so applying consecutively year after year, you can apply for permanent residency, passing the Lithuanian language and constitution exam.
Okay. So if I say that Lithuania is trying to, keep the talent in the country, will that be a wrong statement with this?
Yeah, that's actually the best statement on that. For sure, we are also, our industry is expanding. We are lacking qualified people in the job market. But the policy of our government is not to bring in unqualified workers, is to get the people according to our qualification, to our needs, get them educated like this, and then encourage them to stay in the country and build their lives in here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for this time and the session. And I'm sure in the next session we are planning for next month, we'll have more students. And thank you, participant. Thank you for joining the session. We'll bring the session to the end, and I hope all the questions are answered. In case any of your question is unanswered, please write my email address, B for Delta, S for Sugar, B for Bombay @Indo-European.in. And please write an email to me. I'll repeat again, D for Delta, S for Sugar, B for Bombay @Indo-European.in. Write an email to me directly. I'll be happy to answer you as quickly as possible with the specific answers. Thank you, Dovile. Thank you for the session.
Thank you all for listening. And I hope to see some of you at least back in Vilnius in September.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.